SMS Emden was a light cruiser of the Imperial German Navy, launched on May 26, 1908, and commissioned on July 10, 1909. It was part of the Dresden class, though it had some differences in design, such as using older triple expansion engines instead of the more modern steam turbines. With a displacement of around 3,600 tons, a top speed of 24 knots, and armed with 10.5 cm SKL/40 guns, Emden was not a heavily armed warship but was exceptionally fast and maneuverable, qualities that would prove crucial in its legendary exploits. Before the outbreak of World War I, Emden was stationed in the German East Asia Squadron, based in the Chinese port of Tsingtao. When hostilities began in August 1914, the commander of the squadron, Vice Admiral Maximilian von Spee, decided to lead the main German force across the Pacific toward South America. However, Emden's captain, Karl von Müller, convinced von Spee to allow him to operate independently as a commerce raider in the Indian Ocean. This decision marked the beginning of one of the most daring and successful naval campaigns of the war. Operating alone and without any support, Emden embarked on a devastating series of attacks against Allied merchant shipping and warships. To disguise itself and confuse enemy vessels, Müller had a fake fourth smokestack installed on the ship, making it resemble British cruisers. This deception allowed Emden to approach targets unsuspected, maximizing the effectiveness of its raids. Between August and November 1914, Emden captured or sank over 30 Allied vessels, including troop transports, cargo ships, and warships, while evading multiple attempts to track and destroy it. Müller and his crew followed the tradition of chivalrous naval warfare, ensuring that crews of captured or sunk ships were treated humanely. Prisoners were often transferred to neutral vessels, and in some cases, Emden even provided them with supplies before letting them go. This conduct earned the admiration of both enemies and neutrals. One of Emden's most famous actions took place on October 28, 1914, at the Battle of Penang. In a daring surprise attack, Emden entered the British-controlled harbor at Penang, Malaysia, under the cover of darkness. Using its disguise to get close, it opened fire at close range on the Russian-protected cruiser Zhemchug, which was anchored and unprepared for battle. Within minutes, Zhemchug was riddled with shells and torpedoed, suffering massive explosions before sinking. A French destroyer, Mousquet, attempted to intervene but was quickly sunk by Emden's superior firepower. After the engagement, Müller ordered his crew to rescue surviving French sailors from Mousquet and later transferred them to a neutral vessel so they could return to their country. Despite its extraordinary success, Emden's campaign could not last indefinitely. On November 9, 1914, while attempting to destroy a British wireless station on Direction Island in the Cocos Islands, Emden was intercepted by the Australian cruiser HMAS Sydney. Heavily outgunned, with Sydney equipped with 8 powerful 152mm guns compared to Emden's smaller 105mm guns, the German cruiser stood little chance in a direct confrontation. Nevertheless, Müller and his crew fought bravely, inflicting some damage on Sydney before suffering crippling hits that disabled their main guns, destroyed their bridge, and set large parts of the ship ablaze. With the ship in ruins and over 130 crew members killed or wounded, Müller gave the order to beach Emden on North Keeling Island to prevent it from sinking outright. Many of the surviving crew were taken prisoner by the Australians and treated with respect for their gallant resistance. A remarkable epilogue to Emden's story involved a group of German sailors led by First Officer Hellmuth von Mücke. While Emden was engaged in its final battle, Mücke and 50 crew members were onshore destroying the wireless station. Unable to return to their ship, they seized the schooner Aisha and embarked on an incredible journey back to Germany. They navigated across the Indian Ocean to Arabia, traveled through the Ottoman Empire, and eventually reached Germany months later, an escape widely regarded as one of the most remarkable in naval history. The wreck of Emden remained a landmark on North Keeling Island for years, serving as a symbol of the cruiser's remarkable career. Some parts of the ship were salvaged and taken to Germany, while others remained on the island as a historical relic. The exploits of SMS Emden became legendary, cementing its place in naval history as one of the most successful commerce raiders of World War I. The German Navy honored its legacy by commissioning a new Emden in the 1920s, ensuring that the name of this extraordinary warship lived on in German maritime tradition.